Hey Rory, do you know how
Yeah.
to get a farm girl to like you?
No.
A tractor.
That's a good one. Oh, Patty would like that one. Nice. Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of That's Class, a podcast about things we find class, hosted by two class holes. My name is Rory Kidd, and co-hosting me with me, as always, is Duncan Malcolm. How's it going, Doug?
It's going really well. How are you today? We
Good.
managed to get through that. We've managed to get through that properly, and then we just need to remember that we need to give the right email address this time,
Oh
so
my
that all our
God.
sponsorships can come through.
That's so bad. I can't believe I did that. A little bit of information for the listeners. I used to have another podcast with my brother called Kiddlehood, which was a play on the fact that our last name is Kidd, and we're talking about things that kids should talk about, and we're adults. Lol, that's amazing. It's really funny. And for some reason, I had a little bit of a brain fart, and I forgot that this podcast is called That's Class and not Kiddlehood. So I apologize about that. Jamie had a good laugh. And
Ah,
if you want to get in contact with us, use That's Class, not Kiddlehood.
and then all our time-sensitive sponsorship information could have gone to the wrong thing, Rory.
It could have. I still would have been paid, so it's fine.
Oh, I
But
don't like that. I don't like this
no,
deal.
yeah. Jamie would suddenly just get some revenue in his bank account. He'd be like, what? But a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. We upload these podcasts every single Monday morning, just in time for your commute to work or the kitchen, because I guess we're still in lockdown, we're still furloughed, and you're probably working from home. You can find us everywhere you get your podcasts, and you can also find our episodes uploaded to YouTube the following Wednesday. If you fancy putting a face to the voice and instantly regretting that decision, we will
Absolutely.
leave that up to you. If you enjoy what we do here, please drop us a class 5-star review. 5 stars is the minimum that we require. Leave a like, comment, share this with your friends, because ultimately we can't get everyone to listen to the pod unless you tell people about the pod. We
Absolutely.
hope that you tell your friends. And if you find something class, let us know. Twitter and email, that'sclasspod@gmail.com, and that'sclasspod on Twitter, and then we'll probably talk about it in a future episode. How does that sound, Doug?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Nice.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, first of all, how have you been this week? You been
I
alright?
have been very well. Still in that 9 to 5 life. Pretty busy actually. Not too much. Haven't really watched a lot. I don't feel like I've watched a lot or played a lot of games or nothing really to report. However, you have something to report because you have now changed studios. And by
Yes.
studios, I mean changed houses. How did
Yes.
that go today?
If-
Everything in one piece. Nothing broken.
It's okay. If you're an audio listener, jump on YouTube and you can see that my background has now changed to a lovely house setting.
Ooh,
I've moved
fancy.
I've moved from my little holiday cabin and into a small cottage in
There's a
Cornwall.
lamp in the corner. There's There's vases. You have vases
Yeah,
now.
it's an Airbnb that she didn't want to put out for Airbnb anymore because of the COVID issues, and she doesn't
The
know.
COVID.
She doesn't really know if we'll actually be working and functioning as a country as of the 21st of July, which will be quite funny to listen to this episode on the 21st of July because who knows what will happen. So basically what she's done is she's let it out to rent. So me and Lucy are renting
Nice.
it out for the time being. So fingers crossed we get to
Awesome.
stay here over the summer. And yeah, that's all my news. It's been
Awesome.
very busy
Okay.
today, so this is quite a late pod.
It is. It is. It is. There could be a few brain farts by the end of this episode.
Absolutely. But shall we get into the news, Duncan?
News? Yeah, absolutely. First thing on the news was that anyone that tried to watch Tom and Jerry, the new Tom and Jerry film, last week, got shown the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, and I don't know if I don't know what's more disappointing.
I know, right? The new Toy Story, the new Tom
The
and Jerry
Tom and
movie.
Jerry, or the fact you had to sit, somebody had to sit, some poor bugger paid for Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, well, basically, also like if you're like a small kid or you have a child and you're like, oh, there you go, Tom and Jerry, and then you've just got some really dark, gritty Justice League playing for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh no, it's Justice League. It's fine. It's just Superman, and Superman's getting speared through the heart."
Yeah, and he's like eye lasering people to death because it's black Superman with his black suit, and I'm pretty sure that means he's bad. I'm not sure. I don't know that much about the comics.
Breaking necks and cashing checks is the new Superman.
But yeah, so Justice League was accidentally shown on HBO Max on the 8th of March instead of Tom and Jerry, basically. From IGN, I found this. Quote, reports of this error began a few hours ago and were widespread across social media, with The Hollywood Reporter confirming it was able to access Justice League briefly. Reports indicate that many users were able to watch an hour or two of the movie before their session was cut off. Since then, the film appears to have been fixed and now only plays Tom and Jerry instead. IGN has reached out to HBO for comment, and they did not.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna comment on that.
I know.
We're sorry we disappointed all those children.
The Snyder Cut was actually meant to be released on HBO Max and in theaters on the 18th of March, which hopefully will actually happen, and they won't accidentally show Tom and Jerry or something else of that nature. And we also found out, for those of you that are listening in the UK, we do get HBO Max, but in the cover of Sky Cinema or Now TV. Basically, what Sky does is they have a deal, I guess, with HBO, and we get Sky Atlantic, which is basically HBO, and we got all the Entourage stuff when they came out, and Game of Thrones when that came out as well. So yeah, 18th of March. Are you excited for Justice League? Are you going to sit down for 4 hours?
We have to suffer through it and then talk about it on here. Although I don't know if it's going to be a glowing review.
I think I'm going to have to find like a full day to myself, or I don't know how I'm going to find 4 hours away on my own.
4 hours?
That's 4 hours.
I mean, it was 4 hours of something that's been recut and rehashed. This isn't like Lord of the Rings, where it was like 4 hours of something that was all intentionally put together. This is something that has been literally like a zombie of a film.
Yeah, I know. However, if I just look up the, IMDb, who's the guy that plays Cyborg? What's his name?
Ray Fisher.
Is it Ray Fisher? Good knowledge if that's right. Yeah, Ray Fisher. So Ray Fisher just released an Instagram story that he had just seen the movie, and he is like so stoked. He is the happiest man I've ever seen. And he's like in the parking lot of his hotel, and he's like, I've just finished Justice League, and I just got off the phone with Zach and got off the phone with whoever the other producer was. And he's like, I'm so excited for you guys to watch this movie. It's so good. This is what we wanted to make. And I'm intrigued because apparently Zack Snyder didn't allow him to watch the movie until all of his CGI was finished for Cyborg.
Okay.
So
I mean, this is a second shot at career for him, because I don't really remember what he's been in. I'll be honest, I've never heard of the actor before. I never heard of the actor since, but I know he was Cyborg. I just know, and it was obviously the behind-the-scenes drama. But what I find funny is it feels like if he does well in this could open the door for him to do more things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see why he'd be excited. But I guess we'll find out next week.
His filmography on IMDb is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and Justice League. So
that is a stable of films right there.
Also, he was also on True Detective.
All right, okay.
The TV show.
So
yeah, but other than that, I don't think he's been that busy.
No, doesn't sound like it.
No.
Does not sound like it at all.
Cool. Have you got any? We'll move on from there. Have you got any news for the listeners?
I do have news for the listeners. So, big news from Universal Pictures. Elizabeth Banks is going to direct the Cocaine Bear film.
The Cocaine Bear film.
Cocaine Bear film. It's basically it's a true story, and I'm not making this up. There is a true story of a bear who at one point in its poor life became the most dangerous predator on planet Earth when it ate a bag that was filled with 70 pounds of smuggled cocaine back in the 80s. Right?
Okay, that's incredible.
In Kentucky, right? the bear was found among 40 opened plastic containers of the good stuff, right? No,
Was this during
nothing else around. No signs of a party. Bear did definitely not have a picnic.
a picnic?
A picnic.
Was this during the Escobar capades?
Must have been in the
Yeah.
85. Must have been around that sort of time.
Because they
were
used
flying
to.
drugs.
Did they not drop cocaine from a plane and it would just land in the forests of America?
Not just
They
in
do that?
America. They would do some. Yeah, this was dropped by some guy apparently called Andrew Thornton, who I don't know, but I do know that people that. So this gets better, right? Because the producers, right, are Phil Lord and Chris Miller, whose biggest claim to fame is that they made the Lego movie.
That's incredible. They're going to make a cocaine bear movie from having made the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Did they also make the Lego Batman movie?
No, I don't think they did. Right, which is also not a bad film. But this
Yeah.
got me thinking, right? Because this Cocaine Bear film doesn't sound particularly great. But we can make. But this is good. But we can make it better.
We can as a podcast.
We can, as a podcast, we can make it better because there was an idea floated a few years ago when I was working with a couple of folk, and when we were on our break and we're throwing ideas at the dartboard sort of thing, we were watching sci-fi or something, Sci-Fi Channel, and it came up with Sharknado, and it was like Sharknado 8 or whatever the hell Sharknado was on now, and in the great vein of these great films, we thought, why don't we make our own set in a ski resort, which is where we were, and we decided to call it Bearvalanche.
Okay, kind of like Sharknado.
Kind of like Sharknado, but it's bears in an avalanche.
That's amazing.
So an avalanche sweeps down. So picture it, opening scene, quiet mountains. The stars are twinkling. And then, all of a sudden, there's an avalanche. And it sweeps down towards the ski resort. And it sweeps up all the hibernating bears. So the bears are already mad. But then they arrive in this ski resort. And this ski resort is a party town. So therefore, as they kind of crash through all the buildings, they pick up all the drugs, ecstasy, cocaine. So now we've got really mad and aggressive bears.
Wow.
And this is where Chad Jager comes in.
Is that the name of our protagonist?
That is the name of our hero. It's going to be called Chad Jager.
Chad Jager.
Chad Jager. Chad Jager is going to have a pump action shotgun, and he's going to have to get people out. He's going to have to find a way out of this Bearvalanche village.
Okay. Are we adding a protagonist to this, or are the bears the protagonist?
I think there will be enough going around with the bears.
Yeah, okay. Not
with
like
the bears.
like a Scandinavian twins. Those are always quite freaky.
Hello.
Or just Vin Diesel.
Just Vin Diesel.
Or The Rock.
Just the Rock dressed as a grizzly bear.
Yeah. Well, The Rock
Wearing like a grizzly bear like hat.
Yeah, like from Hercules, but instead
Like
of
from
a lion,
Hercules, yeah,
it's
that's what I was
just
thinking.
it's just a bear's skin. he could be the one controlling the bears. That could be like the twist.
Oh, they're mind controlled bears. Maybe we could bring that into the sequel because I was thinking along the lines of like, so obviously this film is going to be full of all sorts of things. Like Chad Jager could pump his shotgun and just go. When his girlfriend, who's also there, and because we need a love interest, right? Her name is Amy Longlegs, right?
Okay, that's very Austin Powers.
Amy Longlegs, right? Amy Longlegs. Okay, you can pump the shotgun. And she's gonna go, don't leave. And he's gonna go, bear with me.
Nice, very good. I like that. It sounds like a very 80s action movie.
It is. It's 100% one of these sci-fi films. I mean, it is going to be up there with such classics, such as Sharktopus versus Pterocuda, Blood Orgy at Beaver Lake, Killer Piñata, Cowgirls versus Pterodactyls, Hot Wax Zombies on Wheels.
Hot Wax Zombies on Wheels. Right. Okay.
Made in 1999.
That's a
The
thing.
Night of the Were-Rooster,
Okay.
Five-Headed Shark Attack, Lamageddon, Spaghetti Man. I don't even know what Spaghetti Man is. An Attack of the Lederhosen Zombies.
Llamageddon is the best thing ever.
What makes me laugh about this is they're all real films you can watch on Amazon Prime Video.
Is it really?
Right now. They're all on there right now. And we should be able to add Bearvalanche to that. And its sequel, Bearvalanche 2 Polar Express.
That's so good.
Because we're going to add polar bears to the sequel.
Let me just read you the synopsis to this Llamageddon.
Llamageddon.
A killer llama from outer space crash lands on Earth and brings death and destruction to everyone. That's so basic. That's such a basic storyline.
Wait, it's a llama.
What's the subplot?
What's the subplot? Surely there's like a romantic subplot in there, or like some sort of
Bearvalanche is such a good name.
Bearvalanche.
So is it? You know how in Sharknado, have you seen that movie?
I have.
So the shark is it a constant tornado, and there are just sharks inside it?
I just remember it picked up a bunch of sharks, and the tornado just travels through. It's like the tornado dissipates, and then the next film another tornado picks up a whole new bunch of sharks.
So it was almost like a water spout tornado, like over the ocean.
I mean, it's not even water. The sharks are just flying in the air.
Right.
That's what makes it so funny. They're just picked up out the water. They just fly through the air, and this is like a worldwide it's like a freak hurricane, and it just
That's the weirdest thing you've ever pitched.
But it jumps, but the sharks need it dumps sharks. It's the same thing with the avalanche, dumping bears. You can imagine them you can have the snooty hotel manager who doesn't like Chad Jager being in his hotel, right? And then he just opens the door and there's just a bear sitting. It just mauls it.
Jesus.
This film is guaranteed to get 2 stars from The Guardian, and they're going to say it was unbearable.
Amazing. That was the best thing you've ever said. You love a pun. What is a pun, though? Really?
What is a pun?
What is a pun?
Play a word. I'm not sure.
What you've done
This isn't
is
a word podcast.
I know. Oh, man, that sounds incredible. So we need to think about actors. Who is going to play
Chad Jager?
Chad Jager.
So I have 2 choices for Chad Jager.
Okay.
I've got the great himself, Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I think we've done it.
Right?
That's it. That's
or
fine.
Alan, my other possibilities, because he may or may not be cheaper, is Alan Ritchson, who played Thad in The Mountain State.
In BMS, yeah.
Yes.
Thad. That would be good. But then I also think I love Nicolas Cage. And this movie sounds bad enough that he might make it good.
Yeah, I think it's only as strong as your leading man.
Yeah, and he's
bear.
really good at riling in pain and being a bit hysterical sometimes.
I think he would totally be. I mean, we could just put some real cocaine on the set and have him do some.
He'd be fine. He'd love a bit.
I think he'd love it. I think it would bring out new dimensions to his acting.
That's so good. Which kind of leads us to a potential future episode. Nicolas Cage. Where is he?
Where is he? What is Nicolas Cage doing? How much does he cost for a film?
Is he good or is he shit?
Is he genius or is he terrible? I think there's a fine line.
Was that a Community episode? Was that
it was Nicolas Cage, good or bad?
Yeah, and then he ends up going a bit mental because he watches all the Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah, because no one can watch that much Nicolas Cage without going crazy themselves.
I'm a cat. I'm a sexy, sexy cat. Yeah.
Someone should have done that when they had their cat filter on.
I know. That's my one impression of the pod for you there. The Nicolas Cage impression. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sorry.
I've just realised the main character in Sharknado's first name is Finn.
Finn? F-I-N?
Finn.
That's good.
F-I-N.
That's clever.
That's
Maybe. So we've got Chad. We should have a side character with the last name Claw.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
like it. Yeah. Now we're thinking.
Like Richie Claw.
Richie Claw.
Or Rich Claw. Dick Claw.
Yeah, that's quite good. Dick. Haha, yes. Dick Claw. It's in.
Dick
Pencil
Claw.
that in.
Dick rolls off the tongue.
Rolls off the tongue. Dick
Okay,
Claw.
so Chad, what's his last name? Chad
Jager. Jager's like German
Jaeger,
for
like
hunter,
Jägermeister.
which is what you want. Yeah, and Jägermeister, which you
Yeah.
can also drink. Maybe we can get some Jägermeister to put Jägermeister into the film and therefore pay for some of this movie.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Just light it on fire and then throw it at a grizzly bear that's trapped in the door. So the problem is they can't leave the chalet. So picture it, when the avalanche comes down, they're like, oh no, it's an avalanche. We need to get ourselves out. So they go to the front door and they're like, we'll just open the front door and shovel ourselves out. And when they open the front door, it's just a fucking coked up grizzly bear.
Is it just one, or are there many bears?
No, that's just the one door. They're
Right.
they're everywhere. You try to tunnel through that snow, you could scoop out some snow, and there's just a mama grizzly bear just waiting there for you.
Nice. That sounds so good.
She's gonna maul
Just
your face off.
Bloodshot,
Bloodshot eyes.
tripping balls.
Just snow everywhere.
That's a good pun.
Bears also like you could have like a bunch of black bears that got into the ecstasy pile, so they're just hearing color.
Oh,
Like,
nice. Yeah. Hearing color.
Hearing color.
That's so good.
So we could have like an acid trip bit where you see it from the bear's perspective,
Yeah,
and it's just like a giant Pink Floyd video.
that's so good. Right, I'm gonna write this down. So, Nicolas Cage is Chad Jaeger. Jaeger. I spelled Jaeger wrong. Whatever.
That's all right.
Uh,
Just spell it differently.
we should
each
have a
time.
damsel in distress, but who's also really badass, and I want to say Alison Brie.
Yep, I can see that. Yep, I'd
Alison
sell
Brie.
tickets.
Alison Brie. She's like the love interest, but also she probably does a lot better than Nicolas Cage in this movie.
But what about Amy Longlegs? Is she the one? Does she just get left
Oh,
behind? Does she just
maybe Alison Brie could be Amy Longlegs then.
Alison Brie could be Amy Longlegs. This works.
Yeah.
This
Although
works.
she's quite small.
That is true. Who's really? We need to find.
Who's got really
No.
long legs?
I'm trying to think. Like there's really famous actors. Like Elizabeth Debicki's really tall, but she's probably too expensive for this film.
Well, who's a good actress with really long legs, but also
good actress. Whoa, we've already
Oh.
got our quota of good actors and actresses.
we could just go Kaitlin, the girl from Sunny, Sweet D.
Yep, that'd work. I was also
Your
thinking the
sweet
one in
day from
Sharknado was
Sunny.
Tara Reid, who looks a bit like her.
Tara Reid. Tara Reid back in the 90s. As opposed to Tara Reid now.
I think who's the one? I can't believe you don't know the actress from It's So Sunny.
It's Kaitlin someone.
Kaitlin Olsen.
Kaitlin Olsen.
She's not related to the Olsens, is she? No,
No, that's
no,
Wanda.
she's not. That's Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah,
Yeah.
just checking. Maybe there's a fourth one.
So
God
her
knows.
name is what's this lady's name?
Elizabeth Olsen.
No, Sweet D's character.
Sweet
Long
D.
legs. Long legs.
Oh, Longlegs. Amy Longlegs.
Amy Longlegs.
Amy Longlegs. It's a placeholder name. If anyone has a better bear related name,
A bear. Not sure.
please bear
You
with
just
us
call her
whilst we try
Amy
and put this
Bear.
together.
Amy Bear Legs.
Oh my god. No. I'm just trying to think.
What?
There's something about cub, but I'm
Cub.
Cub. I was trying to work that out, but it's not going to work.
We'll go from there, and then possibly protagonist is the Rock. The Rock, and we don't know what his name is yet. Something Claw,
yeah.
right?
Okay. It's like Dick Claw.
Oh yeah, Dick Claw.
Dick
That was
Claw. It's Dick Claw. It might not end up. He probably won't take that. He won't take this role, but we can find someone. He could.
This is so good. This movie's going to be amazing.
It is
What we'll
going to
do,
be
what we'll do for the
incredible.
listeners once we've finished talking about it, we'll do a real pitch. We'll go starring, and then we'll just see what happens.
The lady could be called Ursula because Ursa is a name of is like the Latin for bear or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, because Ursa Major is like the bear and the what do you call it?
Is that could we call
in the
that
start.
could we call Alison Brie Ursula?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could also have a German last name.
Ursula. What's German for bear?
Oh no, we could have Ursula Meister because it's just Jaeger and Meister.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ursula Meister.
Meister.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. That's
It's
so
all
good.
coming together.
So where is this set?
Well, it has to be like we want grizzly bears, so we're thinking like we need to be talking like Montana. I'm thinking Montana also has really lax gun control. So
Montana got skiing.
it does. It's at the tail end of the Rockies.
Cool.
It also has very, 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 like, because it's interior, it gets very deep snow. So the chances of avalanche is pretty high. So at least we're...
Okay. So, and who is Chad Yeager? What does he do?
Chad Yeager is a ski instructor.
He's a ski instructor.
100% a ski instructor.
And survival expert or just a ski instructor?
Oh, yeah, ex-military, survival expert, whatever we want. Throw it all in there. It's like John Matrix from Commando. It's like Schwarzenegger
Ex-military.
back in the day, you know. Ex-military. I don't know.
That's good. Alison Brie. What's
Purple
Alison Brie
Heart.
going to be? She's going to be like a chalet host or something, or a chalet.
Chalet girl. Chalet
Chalet
girl,
girl?
for sure. Yeah. Don't even get chalets up in Montana, but we're having a chalet girl.
All right, okay, cool. Chalet girl, but also
Hostess.
super knowledgeable about bears. Like
Yeah,
aspiring,
local. She's a local.
aspiring zoologist.
Yes. That
And
works.
local.
That works. So also, we need to work out why the bears are so mad. Is it because it's the cocaine, or is there something else?
Yes, exactly.
Can't wait for the sequel where we introduce polar bears.
Amy Longlegs, what does she do? What is Amy Longlegs' career?
I don't know.
She could
So
be
we've
like
got-
she could be like the ski. What
She
would you
could be a
call it?
female ski instructor, but then she
Well-
can be so. The classic, what you know, how in the horror films you always have like one of the girls who gets like the token girl that gets killed,
Yeah,
right? Amy
yeah.
Longlegs could get eaten, and then because she's only famous for having long legs, the bear can eat everything except the long legs.
nice.
Grim, but works.
That's good.
This works.
Would she be? She would also be a ski instructor. Do you think like manager of
Yes.
the?
No, just like an associate ski instructor. So like everyone thinks he's going to end up with Amy Longlegs, but actually he's going to end up with Ursula.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
Oh yeah, this is.
And
oh yeah.
and also it's like it's in there with the names. Like we actually
Yeah.
told you at the very start, but you know
Yeah.
you'll find out at the end.
The old bait and switch. It's a ruse. Hello. Hello. Yes, 1950s called. Would like a word back, please.
So I'm gonna write The Rock caught in an avalanche as a young child.
It's not his first Bearvalanche.
Caught in an avalanche as a child, then raised by bears. Learned
Raised by bears.
to train them to his own will. So,
She's
Dick
like
Claw,
Chris
caught
Pratt
in an
in Jurassic
avalanche as a
World.
child. We'll say, caught in an avalanche as a child, then raised by bears. Learned to train them to his own will. This might be the best movie ever.
It's gonna be so good. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to have like some obnoxious folk that are just gonna get absolutely like we need to obviously we have to come up with some creative deaths because some people are gonna have to be killed by these bears. Otherwise, we're not gonna get that rating that we want.
Absolutely. We can come back to this as well in the later pods.
Oh my god! When the first avalanche falls and it goes dark, and cause he's with Amy Longlegs and Ursula, Ursula Meister, right? And they're all in this like blacked out wherever they are. Like obviously the power's gone down, and he can be like, "Hold on, I need to get my bearings."
Oh, puns. Just
all the
just gonna write
puns.
this. Puns.
If you raise if the Rock raised the bears to be like so you can control them, is he like a wild man, like a barbarian?
Nice.
Nice.
Very good. That's incredible. Dick Claw, the barbarian.
So they're free flowing now. They're free flowing now. When he goes to check for the power and he can't. When he goes to get the power and then discovers that there's a bear, like a bear with its head stuck through the window and it's like just raging because it's stuck there. Right? He can come back to the girls and go, "Sorry to be the bearer of bad news."
You are the king of puns, I think. That is your new title. Duncan Malcolm, King of Puns.
King of puns.
Or Bear Puns. I immediately have...
We all know that's a barefaced lie.
Oh, God. You're too good at this. I just had this image of the start of the movie being all nice and sunny and everyone's having a great time.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage, about to go off on to teach people some skiing, stops off at the bakery.
Yeah.
Buys a
Bear
explains how much he loves bear claws.
Yes.
And then we could have a full circle of the movie when he kills the last bear and he just eats its bear claw. Or he takes the bear claw.
Goddamn bear claw.
Takes the bear claw and like makes a necklace or whatever. It says, "I just love bear claws."
Nice. Just love bear claws. I just want man. Just imagine him pumping the shotgun as the bears are chasing him through like a hotel or something. He's just like, "Oh my god, I just want my goddamn bear claw."
Yeah, that would be so good. Oh man. I think this is good. This is a fun movie.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. We should write a synopsis
first.
For the end of the pitch, and then that'll be the end of the pod. And then we could revisit this in a later pod as well. See how much we've progressed with it. Because I think we should keep going with this. We should pitch it to like... Yeah. We should pitch it to... Who's spending a lot of money right now?
Netflix
Ryan Reynolds
will buy anything.
Ryan
Netflix
Reynolds
will buy anything.
And Rob McElhenney from Sunny. They just bought Wrexham FC, so they'll buy anything.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
We could pitch it to them.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like we
Netflix,
should be in
Amazon.
the movie as well.
Yeah, I think that could work. Obviously, yeah. I mean, plus, if we're going to be making a film, we may as well put ourselves in it.
Yeah, or should our names be in it, but people play us?
Ooh.
Because I'm thinking Mark Wahlberg for me.
Okay,
you know?
and back to the real world.
It's like it's a transformer. It's Mark Wahlberg. It's a transformer.
I don't know. Maybe one of the Proclaimers is free for me. I don't know.
The Proclaimers. Oh yeah, that's a really good idea.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't know. If
I'll tell you who else might do it. Another person we can add to the list who plays a great, unfortunately typecast. Walton Goggins.
Who's that?
He's in Justified. He plays like a hillbilly gangster in Justified. He usually plays like southern characters because he's from Georgia, or he's from that part of the world.
He was in.
Yeah,
Django.
You recognize him. Yeah, he's in Django. He's in Django Unchained.
Yeah, good actor.
Yeah, great actor, but he would be brilliant as some sort of like.
You'd be a good Walter Goggins.
Oh, thanks.
So
thanks.
Duncan,
he's too good an actor for me.
Let me just put this in as well. Duncan, played by Walter Goggins. Kid, played by Mark Wahlberg.
Kid played by Mark
Marky
Wahlberg.
Mark.
Funny if they just get killed off straight away. That's going to be cheap. The only way to keep that cheap is if you kill them.
Yeah, like it'll be a cameo of Walter Goggins and Mark Wahlberg learning how to ski.
How to ski and then getting caught up in the Bearvalanche, getting eaten by bears.
Yeah. You'll be like, oh shit, and then Mark Wahlberg will be like, hey, I thought there was a bear. There was a bear in that avalanche. And then dead. And then it'll just say Mark Wahlberg as Kid. I think that's good. This
and we could have more puns. More puns we could have. Puns. So, what do you call it? This is a far cry from normal.
Fuck's sake.
It's a far cry from a normal day.
Are you writing these down?
I should be.
Do it right now.
Really
Write them down, and then we'll do it at the end within our pitch of.
I've just read Dick Claw again.
Dick Claw. Dick Claw is such a good name
villain.
for a protagonist.
It's so good. So
God
good.
damn you, Dick Claw.
God damn you, Dick Claw.
And then
you could be a nemesis. You could be a nemesis from like years ago from the special forces, so we can have like flashback scenes.
Yeah,
You know, the
so like
classic
Nick Cage,
slow-mo flashback scenes.
So like Chad Yeager and Dick Claw were in the same regiment. They're both ex-military.
Yes, never talk.
Even though, for some reason, I've also put them down as caught in a avalanche as a child and raised by bears.
So we never
could have
worked out
joined the military.
Who knows?
Military.
join military.
Learn to train bears.
Yeah, well, yeah, they could have worked with bears. They could have been in a bear unit. I don't know if they have units that train bears, but they have dogs. It was an experimental unit.
Yeah, that's true. Experimental unit.
Experimental unit. I want the true. You get definitely.
Experimental military use. Cool. Nice one. Right. You write down some puns, and I will. Do you want to pitch it, or shall I pitch it?
I don't know.
I can go.
Only thing we need to work out is who's playing Ursula, because we've not got Ursula.
Yeah,
Meister.
Alison Brie.
Alison Brie. We're going for Alison Brie as Ursula Meister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna sell. This film's gonna sell like hotcakes. Is that for? Oh, it's further up. Right. Okay, got it.
Kaitlin Olsen.
Okay, I can pitch this.
You can pitch this? You have to go into like set in Montana.
Deepest.
One man. Ski instructor. Played by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is Chad Jager.
Never trap the bears with a cage.
That's amazing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Write that down. Never trap a bear in a cage.
Trap bears. It's like panning shot. It can be like panning shot to the village. It's like they thought it was just spring break. Oh no!
Do you do spring break in skiing?
Yeah, it hits there. It hits like March.
Okay.
But so it's like they thought it was just a regular skiing holiday until an avalanche, and then you can be like, in this film, Nicolas Cage is Chad Jager. Jager. He is an ex-military ski instructor who gets caught in an avalanche. But it's not just any avalanche. This avalanche has bears. It's a Bearvalanche. Along with his compatriots, Amy Longlegs, played by Kaitlin Olsen, and Ursula Meister, played by Alison Brie.
It's not just bears.
But it's not just any bears. Because in the party town that is SkiVille.
Oh, should we call it SkiVille?
SkiVille. In the party town that is SkiVille. There is drugs. And when those bears get into drugs, well, now we got ourselves some furious protagonists.
Nice. Okay.
Coming soon, 2025, maybe.
2025. So do you want to do an actual pitch? Shall we just do a pitch right now? So you don't have to do the voice. You could be like, the movie's called Sharknado, set in Montana in a town called SkiVille.
In SkiVille, it's party time. It's always there's blue skies. There's
It's Party Mountain.
It's blue skies, deep pow, party mountain. There's
pow.
snow. There's snow on the mountains and there's snow on the tables.
That's so good. Nice.
So on the tables, there's pitchers of beer. There's always sport on. It is good. It's good times.
Good times.
And then one day there is an avalanche, and the top ski instructor is called Chad Jager. Chad Jager is ex-military. He's a survival expert, and he is in the pub when this happens, and this is where our story starts, because the power goes out and they have to get out the bar. But it's only when they try to leave the bar with his colleagues, Kaitlin Olsen, and the local chalet girl / aspiring zoologist, Ursula Meister, that they discover that the town is now full of not only snow, but also drug-fueled grizzly bears.
Who have come down from the avalanche.
Who have been caught, hibernated in the mountain, were brought down by the avalanche, are now populating the town. Population of the town? Now, 5,500.
Avalanche and the Bears have already killed top skiers Duncan and Kid, played by Walter Goggins and Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Yes.
Twist. When they figure out that the bears aren't actually acting on their own, they're being mind controlled and trained by protagonist Dick Claw, the barbarian, played by The Rock. Background: he was caught in an avalanche as a child, raised by bears, joined the military and started a bear training experimental command for the military. And he's got, I guess, bears to claw. I don't know. I'm not so good at puns. And also puns. We gotta have a pun-heavy movie with puns such as...
It would be a barefaced lie if we told you there wasn't going to be any puns.
Nice. Yes. Bear with me. Never trap the bears with a cage.
With a cage. When the power goes out, just let me get my bearings.
Nice.
When he finally finds Dick Claw, he can be like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
He could also say, I love bear claws.
I just love bear claws.
Because he said that at the start.
So it's this. It's, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Is that a Nerf gun?
Yeah, it was a Nerf gun. But sound effects work. It sounds so good. Oh, man. Oh, this is working. I'm feeling too jazzed up now.
I think that's really good. It's a shame that you're jazzed up because we are close to time.
We're close to time up, yeah.
Yeah.
We think of bear puns all night.
We could. What we could do is pitch this over to the listener and say, if you have any ideas for this outrageous movie pitch that we've just done, I'll try and put the pitch notes in the notes of the episode so you can have a look at what we've done. Yeah. Tweet at us, That's Class Pod on Twitter. You can email us your ideas on that'sclasspod@gmail.com. Yes. Thank you, Duncan. I'm getting it right. But that'd be so cool if we could get people involved in this movie.
Yeah. We don't want to turn into a farce, though.
Huh?
We don't want to turn into a farce.
Into a
farce instead of farce. No.
Oh, very good.
One pun too many.
Sorry. Yeah. It's too late.
We're barely hanging on.
I've had one beer. But that's cool. If people got involved, that would be really good. So if you feel like you want to get involved, do write to us because we've got all these things open. People have already been dropping us messages and things and saying how much they're enjoying the pod. Some people have been claiming that I'm blackmailing them to listen to the pod, but I don't think I am.
That's funny because you don't have any money to blackmail.
I don't. All I said was keep driving your tractor and we might shout you out. If anything, it's an incentive rather than blackmail. Shall we end it there, Duncan?
Yeah, man. Sounds good.
Nice one. Well, that's all from us this week. Thank you guys for listening. We will be back next week with another episode of That's Class. If you like this episode, consider subscribing. Leave us a like and a review. Tell your friends. We upload a new episode every Monday morning on wherever you get your podcasts. Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you have something you want us to cover or you didn't like something that we talked about today, again, you can catch us on all the socials. Twitter, Instagram is all That's Class Pod. Email is that'sclasspod@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube that we upload this episode the following Wednesday. A big thanks to Stuart Hoskin for the intro music. And we hope you enjoyed listening and that you'll tune in again next week to That's Class. That is goodbye from me, and say goodbye, Duncan.
Goodbye, Duncan.
Nice.